All right, guys, it's Ben here with Bullet Points, and I'm coming to you with another video that maybe this video's been a little overdone, but I'm going to give you my own personal take on it, and that is the top 5 calibers to own. I do believe that there are some out there that are a lot more beneficial to own in multiple different ways, availability, popularity, whatnot. Oh man, I got a yawn going. Anyways, so in no particular order, because I think all of these are pretty important. There's some that I think are more important than others, but I think all of these are pretty important. So in no particular order, I'm going to start with the 22 long rifle. Most of the time, you probably see them come in these clear plastic cases like this. This is a CCI Mini Mag. I don't know what I can say about the 22 long rifle that hasn't been said a million times over. It's a fun round to shoot. It's great for plinking. I think everybody who owns firearms out there, at least 95% of them, own a 22. You could walk into almost any house in America and find the 22 long rifle. And it's a really good cartridge for things like plinking, some basic target shooting. A lot of guys use these for practicing. They'll buy a 22 long rifle that's set up the same as their larger calibers to practice with. But they're good for varmint hunting. Like, you can get out there and you could hunt squirrel, rabbit. I mean, I know people who have taken coyotes with 22 long rifle. So I think 22 long rifle should be near the top of the list, if not at the top of it, for almost everybody. And then there's just the cost. Like, here is $7.50 for 100 rounds. Now, I probably bought that a year or two ago. But $7.50 for 100 rounds, and I've seen it cheaper than that. I don't know if you guys remember years ago. I don't know if they still exist because I haven't seen them in a while. You used to be able to get like the Remington packs of it was like a 5.55 or a 3.33, and you could get like 555 rounds for like $25. I mean, you used to be able to get it dirt cheap. And I mean, it's a great caliber to start kids out on. You know, my first gun was a 22. I think a lot of people's first guns were 22s. Little to no recoil, gets you in the practice of shooting a firearm. So that's why 22 long rifle is on my list. Now, number 2 is going to be the 9mm. For a lot of the same reasons that I think the 22 is on the list. It's an extremely, extremely popular round, extremely easy to come by. Most people who own a handgun own a 9mm. You know, years ago, I would have said maybe the 40 cal was popular. The 10mm was really popular. But they still never really got as popular as 9mm. Now, your police departments use it. The military uses it. Again, every store sells it. You could walk into any mom and pop shop almost anywhere in the, I don't want to say world, but at least in North America, and they're going to have a box of 9mm on the shelf. And it's also fairly cheap. You know, when you're looking at $10 to $15 for a box of 50, sometimes you can catch it on sale for under 10 for a box of 50. But I think 9mm is a good cartridge. Again, it's low recoil. It's fun to shoot. So that's why the 9mm is on my list. Now, everything else I have here is going to be rifle cartridges. So my next one's going to be the 223 5.56. Obviously, this is what the AR-15 platform shoots. I don't know anybody who doesn't have a 223 that doesn't have a couple hundred rounds of this sitting around. Again, it's just a good all-around cartridge. It's got a fast, it's very high feet per second. It's very low recoil, especially in like an AR, so it's great for training. It's great to get kids in on. This was the first gun my wife ever shot when I got her into shooting. She's Canadian, so she was not into shooting before. This is the round that got her into shooting, and she's loved it ever since. Again, it's a fairly cheap round, and I think that has to do because it was so mass produced, and it it still is. You be able to buy this by the 55-gallon drum, by the pallet. I know years ago, me and my buddy talked about going in and buying a 55-gallon drum together, and it was only a couple $100 for a 55-gallon drum full of this. So we're talking 10 plus years ago. It's considerably more expensive than that now. Like at the range today, I was just there. A box of 50 was $30. So that's still under $1 a round for a very capable round. Again, very popular for varmint hunting. I've talked to guys who said they've taken deer with these. I wouldn't recommend that, but great for coyote, great for anything around that size. Might be a little much for like a squirrel or a rabbit. You could, but again, that's why I think 223 belongs on this list. Is just the cost, the versatility, the availability, and the amount of platforms that use it. You can get lever action, bolt action. You can get scars that shoot this, AR-15s, AK-47s. There's pistols that shoot this. So it's a very versatile round. So number 4, I've got the 308. This is, again, along with the 22 long rifle, this is probably would be close to the top of my list. It's a very, very popular cartridge. It's the 7.62 by 51 or the 308 if you're going with military designation or hunter designation, whatever you want to call it. Extremely popular round. I own multiple firearms that shoot 308. It's a 30 caliber projectile with a decent amount of powder behind it. You can hunt anything in North America with this for sure, and people do. It's a pretty decent long range round for maybe out to 6, 7, even 800 yards. I have seen guys shoot out to 1,000 with 308. The bullet drop at 1,000 yards is insane. If you're ever wanting to look into something, there's a couple channels out there that do like the ballistics for 308. You can see how far these things drop over different ranges. But again, it's a cheaper round to get. You could still get this for $1 or less a round. The last box I bought, I reload most of mine, but the last box I bought, I paid $20.99 for 20 rounds. And that was this Remington Core-Lokt. So I paid $20.99 for a box of 20. And that's what this bullet here is. I like to reload mine. I can get it, reload it cheaper than that, but that's why I think the 308 should be on the list again. Try walking into a home in America that hunts or has firearms and them not have a 308. It would be pretty much unheard of. The next on my list is a 12 gauge shotgun. Out of all the shotgun calibers out there, 12 gauge is by far the most popular. Again, for bird hunting, you can get buckshot, slugs, you can get bolo rounds, you can get flechettes in there, you can get the dragon's breath. It's a great home defense round. So, and again, dirt cheap. For the longest time, Myers is a store near me, and you could just get this so cheap. I was buying a box or two of it every time I went grocery shopping. So like I've got a birdshot here, that's a low brass, and then I've got a double-aught buck here, that's a high brass. This is actually a military surplus round. I don't know if you can still get military surplus brass. I haven't bought any in a long time, but that's what that is. Again, everybody's got a 12 gauge. I've got multiple of them. Everybody I know who owns a shotgun, if they own a shotgun, it's a 12 gauge. Like the Remington 870, Mossberg 500. Very, very reliable firearms. So I think it's great, especially for like home defense and some basic hunting. Now that was 5 rounds. I do have an honorable mention that I think may even make it onto this list, if not bump another round off of it. And that is the 6.5 Creedmoor. The 6.5 Creedmoor is definitely growing in popularity with hunters and the extreme long distance shooters. You get on YouTube and look up any of the guys shooting extreme long distance these days, I'd say over half of them are using the 6.5 Creedmoor. There's a big debate in the gun world as to which is a better round, the 6.5 Creedmoor or the 308. Till this day, I'm still going to pick the 308. I do like the 6.5 Creedmoor. I do have a rifle. I have a Howa rifle that shoots it. The ballistics on it are great. The muzzle velocity on it is great. The drop is nothing compared to the 308. Again, you can get online, look up some of these videos. It's definitely growing in popularity, and if it doesn't go anywhere, I do hesitate to say it may replace the 308. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Again, just because the popularity and the cost of the 308, you can still get 308 way cheaper than 6.5 Creedmoor. Like this is another one that I reload. And this box I bought probably 3 years ago. It was 40 rounds for 30 bucks. Now that was 4 years ago. I haven't bought any 6.5 Creedmoor since then. I've been reloading my own. But even reloading 100 projectiles, I just paid $60 for 100 projectiles. That's not counting the powder or the primer. So it's up there in cost. But I hope this video helps some people out. Like I said, I know this is a topic that's been done a bunch of times over the years, but I was just kind of giving my own little bit of spin on it, shooting a video on it. If you have questions, comments, please like, please subscribe. I will do my best to get back to everybody. Like I said, we're still a new channel and we need all the support we can get. But you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching.